Let's take a look at how to use the bulk insert statement in Microsoft SQL Server. The bulk insert statement allows for you to import data from a file into a table or a view in SQL Server. The syntax to use the bulk insert would be first specifying the bulk insert keyword, then providing the name of the table that you want to insert the records into. Then you'll provide the from keyword and specify the path to the file that you want to use to import into the table, and this can either be a shared drive or it can be stored locally on the server. Then you'll use the with option. Now there are three options available in the bulk insert statement. You have the field terminator, the row terminator, and first row. So the field terminator is used to indicate what separates one record from another record to be placed in different columns within the table, and the row terminator identifies when a new row within the table will be created based off of the data provided, and then the first row specifies what is seen as the first row within the table or within the file. So let's take, for example, we had a file that had the first row which would have the column headings. We would want to skip that first row so that when we're importing, we're only importing the actual data, not the name of the columns into the table. So let's take a look at the bulk insert in practice to get a better understanding as to how it will work. So today we'll be creating a table and then using a file to insert records into that table. So we're going to be working with airport location data. So we'll be creating a table called airport location using the SQL query on screen. So we're going to execute to create that table. And before going any further, let's take a look at the actual file that we'll be importing. So we have a file located on the C drive called airport location. So let me open it. And we're seeing where we have a few different columns in this document, and it has 9,301 rows. So we have quite a bit of data that we'll be importing, and we have various columns, and all of these columns, the names of the columns match up to the table that we've just created. So our process to go about importing the records or inserting the records into the table will be using the bulk insert. So we'll start off by providing bulk insert, then we'll specify the name of the table, and we've just created this table, airport underscore location. We'll then use the from keyword and specify in single quotations the path to the file that we want to use to import. Then we'll use the with and provide the options that we're going to utilize. So for the field terminator, we're working with a CSV file, so we know that it's comma separated. So each column will have the data be distinguishable by the comma used to separate. And then the row terminator would be a new line. So once there's a new line in the file, then it will signal that it will use that to create a new row within the table. And the first row has been identified as 2. So what this means is it will start from the second line when importing records within into the table. Now before executing this query, let me do a select statement on the airport location table. So currently we have no records in this table. So we're going to highlight and execute our bulk insert statement and see what will happen. So we're unable to action this because the file is open. So let me close it. And let's re-execute. So the file has imported successfully, or the records from the file has been imported successfully. So now we'll execute our select statement once more in the table to see the records that are present. And we have successfully used the bulk insert to fill this table with the records from our comma separated value document, our CSV document. So this is just a quick look at how to use the bulk insert statement in SQL Server.